all know what social media is, and I'm sure most of us use it these days too. Think of it as a giant digital bulletin board where people can share their interests, creations, and ideas. It goes way beyond posting funny cat videos and memes. It's a powerful tool we can use to stay connected to maybe long distance family members and friends, share interests with others, and grow and advertise businesses. Now, with this significant connection, also comes a significant downside. It becomes highly addictive. These harmless platforms could control our brain's attention span and other cognitive functions without us even knowing. I'll say it straight up. Most of us are addicted to social media to some extent. This includes 5-year-olds that watch YouTube on their mom's phones, teenagers maintaining their snap streaks, and parents updating their WhatsApp status every other day. With just one swipe of a notification, you could find yourself getting distracted and diverting your focus from one thing to another. I'll be honest, it happens to me a lot as well. There are so many times where I found myself mindlessly scrolling through posts and reels and procrastinating a lot. Well, either way, my homework really gets done. But the thing is, once I start, I just can't stop. I end up checking my phone every 5 minutes for a new notification. Now that arises the question, how exactly does social media control our attention and become so endlessly stimulating? The dopamine reward system. Short-form content such as videos and memes and notifications continuously fill our brains with little bursts of dopamine, a feel-good neurotransmitter. Now, when you like a post or when you scroll past a reel, that dopamine will strike in a short burst. And when we keep getting that hit, our brain will want more, right? That's what makes it harder for us to focus on longer and more tedious tasks, which take much longer to get that dopamine hit reward. I'll take a simple example of YouTube. In 2015, YouTube added an autoplay feature to their videos so that one video would play after another without any break. This way, our attention was getting drawn, we were getting that dopamine hit, and we were losing focus on our prioritized task. Now, it's not just YouTube. Snapchat has its snap streaks, Pinterest with its personalized algorithm and your saved pins, and even Instagram tried out an autoplay feature on their reels. You know, between 2000 to 2015, the average human attention span went down by 25%. 25! Now, going back to when I said I kept checking my phone every 5 minutes for a new notification, have any of you heard of this thing called FOMO? Fear of missing out. People usually share just the best photos from their night outs, experiences, and travels, right? Now, when they share those photos, it could lead to a somewhat inaccurate representation of their daily lives. It's a common human tendency to compare yourself. And when you see those picture-perfect highlights, it's easy enough for you to start falling into the trap of comparing yourselves and your own behind-the-scene lives and setting unrealistic expectations and standards. Now, when you keep comparing yourself, that fuels the FOMO. And when that FOMO is fueled, you'll want to check your social media more, right? That runs the app. Your attention is social media's fuel, aside from the meme. Now, everything I've talked about so far was mainly about parents, adults, and adolescents. What about young children? And I mean ages 3 to 5, 3 to 9. I'll take a simple example of a really important skill, communication. Young children, they're supposed to learn how to have face-to-face conversations and have human interactions, right? Now, if that interaction is lessened because a child is spending more time on their screen or on a social media app, they're missing out on the development of a really important skill they'll need in the future. What about their mental health? This includes getting cyberbullied and exposure to inappropriate content. Young children, I'm young too, we young children are vulnerable to cyberbullying and even just bullying in general, and it can take a huge mental toll on us. and social media. In fact, the entire internet carries out all kinds of content, even unfiltered ones. Now, if a child is exposed to content like nudity or violence at such a young age, they could normalize that behavior and could turn out to be unsympathetic or careless individuals. No offense to anyone with this statement, this is what a few psychology websites do say. You know, I'm sure a lot of us out there have seen clips on the internet of kids as young as 3 to 5 throwing such huge tantrums when they're even just a second away from their mom's phone or their iPad. You know, it makes me think, why do we let social media control us when we're the ones in control? See, social media is here to stay. In fact, it's going to grow more. It's not going anywhere. The only thing we can change is the way we work with it. Most of the times what I do is, and I generally do this, it's not just for the sake of the talk. I keep my phone or something I'm not using in the other room or somewhere I won't be able to get up and reach it. So then my focus is stayed on one prioritized task. And you know, a lot of websites do recommend this, that if you ever catch yourself mindlessly scrolling, don't think ki yaar kal kaam ho jayega. Immediately get up, you know, take a walk around your room, maybe around your house. Even if it's for 10-30 seconds, that short time period will give your mind a break from that endless loop of scrolling. The endless FOMO, the endless addiction, this endless scrolling, it won't change unless you guys make the first move to change, unless we make the first move to change. Thank you.